Oh, we might actually hit 200. We might actually hit 200. Oh my God. And the media is not even talking about it. Genuinely, the media is not even talking about it. Brent reached 120. There's no way. Oh my God. Can't rug pull that number. Folks, I think they ran out of rugs. It's gone up $20 since 1 week ago. In the past week, it's gone up $20. We're higher than the price that it was during that massive spike that it came down from. Significantly higher. At that spike, it hit 109. Now we're at 120. Iran must be laughing its ass off, Foch and China. Dude, fucking Trump and cabinet are laughing their asses off. They love you suffering. They love you suffering. Has it doubled? Since before the war? Yeah, it's doubled. What happened to spur this? It's the same. It's just the war, man. They've been trying to hold it off for as long as they can with, you know, short selling and manipulating the futures market. We're almost topping the highest price Brent crude was back during the Bidenflation years, back during the Russian invasion of Ukraine at the very beginning. We're very, very, very close to going above it. Gerald Ford is leaving the Red Sea. Okay. We're losing like the fucking attritional battle to our own goddamn repair costs, man. The USS Gerald R. Ford at sea for 10 months is in dire need of repair. Our blockade is falling apart, and we haven't even been attacked. Just got my first car last week in Lamau. Does it have like the Flintstones like foot pedal locomotion? This is I can't get over Brent hitting 120 today. I didn't even know. I didn't even check that. Oh fuck, we might actually hit 200. We might actually hit 200. Oh my God. And the media is not even talking about it. Genuinely, the media is not even talking about it. Wouldn't 200 be good? Would hurt the Republicans with giant vehicles the most? I think you might be underestimating the extent to which the entire modern world is built on low fuel costs. Like, it's not just you driving your car or whatever. It's like the entire global post-Cold War economy is built on easy availability of fuel. The long-term consequences of fuel prices tripling has a death toll with many digits. Like, realistically, millions or tens of millions of people, or potentially more in the long run. Fuel, fertilizer, all this for Israel, man. Trump asked about the UAE pulling out of OPEC. Well, of course he'd be happy about it because the UAE has threatened to increase production. Why do you use Brent as the price comparison for others? Brent is the global benchmark.
It's the UAE. They pulled out of OPEC. Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Look, I know him very well, Mohammed, and very smart. And he probably maybe wants to go his own way. That's a good thing. I think ultimately it's a good thing for getting the price of gas down, getting oil down, getting everything down. They have it all. He's a great leader, actually. So no, I'm okay. They're having some problems in OPEC.
He likes it because he wants the UAE to produce more, but it's not going to fix the problem. Is the leader of the UAE named Mohammed? I mean, isn't that like a coin flip in any Muslim majority country? They haven't invented other male names. That's racist, but true. It's literally not racist. It's just like a fact. Genuine question, did Marx predict politicians sacrificing the population and economy for religious reason? It's not really religious, though. Like, Netanyahu's secular. It's ethno-nationalism guising itself as religion. Like, the leaders in Israel are not doing what they're doing because they're being guided by the Torah, you know? This isn't some hadith shit. This is just common ethno-nationalism, which I promise you, Marx did in fact have an interest in writing about, yeah. So, yeah, 120, huh? Oh, my bad. It's 121.68 now. It went up $1.60 since we last looked at the page. My bad. Sorry about the misinfo or whatever. I was like underestimating the situation. It's fine. Yeah, okay. It's because you looked away. Yeah, watched pot never boils. You got to keep your eye on it so that shit doesn't boil any further. Well, somebody asked earlier if eventually in the long run Israel is going to be regarded with a greater degree of infamy than Nazi Germany just on account of death toll. And I have to say, the idea of the way that World War I is often taught as a footnote to World War II, the idea of World War II and the Holocaust being taught as a footnote to the great global starvation. World War II was a small event that led to the creation of the State of Israel, which then, of course, killed 2 billion people by driving fertilizer prices through the roof, you know? No, I'm kidding. Kind of. A little bit. Maybe. A little bit. It's religious for the evangelicals though, right? Yeah, but they're also like animals, so I don't really know how much their thoughts or feelings should be considered for anything. It's a little bit insulting or maybe a bit reductive, but past a point, people's thought processes are so simple and their minds are so cucked that it's almost not even worth like the time and energy to figure it out. What's that? I've had this on the back burner for a bit now. The classic New York Times independent editorial where they ask people like why they're retarded. From Francesca, 26 years old, Washington, and by the drawing, a black woman. Why'd you vote for Trump? I thought I was helping us get and save more money with taxes. I thought that they would get rid of taxes so we would get our full paycheck instead of just half of it. So, like, it says mixed race there. Yeah, which in America, also there's a drawing right here with braids or possibly dreads. I see the mixed race. So anyway, like with people like this, can you really analyze the intention or beliefs of voters? Like, is it possible? Do they have theory of mind? Do I have theory of mind for them? Locks, not dreads. It's a little low-res drawing. I can't... Shut up. Does she think she's being taxed 50%? I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and take a guess based on the IQ demonstrated in this little snippet right here that she's probably getting more from the government than she's paying in. I just have a hard time imagining a person operating at this level being a productive member of society. But, you know, I don't know. I sincerely doubt the government's taxing her at 50%. The aversion of the average American to taxes is the real disease. AOC said something based recently where she disagreed with an anti-tax proposal from a fellow Democrat, essentially saying that gutting institutions it just forces younger people to bear the financial burden of a decaying country, which is true. Another classic. I can't do these, man. Show personal views for Antonio, Hispanic male, 45. Opposes the government offering parents vouchers to send their children to private or religious schools or to a public school of their choice. Opposes deporting all immigrants who are living in the U.S. illegally back to their home country. Thinks the government should do more to help needy Americans, even if it means going deeper in debt. Who do you think Antonio voted for? Donald Trump, of course, out of support for Israel and the Second Amendment. Politics, basically, maybe I do have the same position as the Democrats in the sense that I feel nothing but contempt for the voters and I hate democracy. It's just that they haven't yet arrived at the logical conclusion, which is that you need to abolish democracy entirely and replace it with a benevolent autocracy. They're still like doing the middle manager, middle of the road bit. You know what I mean? Maybe they just need to go further. Still at 121. Enlightened contempt? That's a real thing, by the way. Enlightened contempt? That's a real thing. What type of autocracy do you think would be best? I think, at a minimum, and I don't care how we get there, but I think it would be nice if the leaders in our country were at a bare minimum above 100 IQ, interested in the well-being of American voters, not pedophiles. Just bare minimum. Any system that delivers us to this point would be nice. I really don't. I feel like I'm not asking for a lot here, man. I say it's a big ask, but I feel like I'm really not asking for a lot here, you know? Oh, fuck. Production's fallen off a cliff. U.S. commercial petroleum inventories fell by a headline 17 million barrels, plus another 7.1 million barrels of SPR crude draws. Look at that line. The black line is current year. The light blue is last year. Look at that dip. It's only going to get worse. How recent is this data? April 29th. Okay, it's from today. Why is U.S. oil production falling? Because... Why specifically? Well, wait, this isn't production. This is inventory. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you confused me. It's inventory, not production. Yeah. Petroleum, crude, gasoline, and distillate. Look at how far we're falling off in gasoline, man. Look at that decline. From the top end of the 5-year range to the bottom end of the 5-year range. Distillate's already going off a damn cliff. What's this graphed against? Previous year, and then the 5-year range is the dark gray graph right here. We use imported, seller, domestic. Yeah. And it's only going to go down. We're going to like run out. Does not include crude held in the U.S. Strategic Reserve. Just keep in mind, we're already disseminating the contents of the reserve. And after, remember when we did the math on that? The reserve is only capable of meeting like 5% of the U.S.'s demand per day. Like the rate of distribution from the reserve it's like 1.7 million barrels per day, but we consume around 22 million barrels per day. For how long? The reserve at its current rate of distribution can supplement about like 6% of our daily consumption for the next 4 months, I think. It's a 4-month distribution, 120 days. Didn't Trump neglect to refill it? Yes. Only in winter will you see the real effects, when the fertilizer effects we've seen. Dude, not just winter, man. I don't know. Okay, I don't want to stack too much. I don't want to stack too many topics at once. However, based on what I've seen, and I'm no meteorologist, but it looks like El Nino is going to be fucking rough this year. Like really, 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 really bad. Like a super El Nino. Like an unbelievable heat wave. And as we saw at the beginning of stream, right now the American Southwest is experiencing a 99.8% drought, the highest in history, at least since we started recording the numbers. So it's going to be a really, really bad southeast, not southwest. Sorry. I say southwest so much more than I say southeast. Southeast, yes. It's going to be a really, really bad rest of our lives. I'm sorry. Listen, climate warrior Trump is doing everything that he can to slow climate change by making oil it hit 122. I'm so fuck, guys. I looked away again. I forgot. I said a watched pot never boils, and then I looked away from the page again, and now it's 122. Oh, fuck. I did this. Oh, my God. It's my job now. I just have to look at this page forever. I can never look away from it. El Nino will cause a decline of around 5% of crop production in the US, which will make food shortages a real possibility. Yeah, dude. Fucking wildfires plus ungrowable climate plus the increased cost of fertilizer. The gas price guy is saying his system can't handle how fast prices are rising. How much does the website lag in these alerts? Gas Buddy Insight still shows 420 in Indiana. It's nearly impossible for our system/algorithms right now. We've maybe never seen prices go up this much in one sitting. I'm gonna fucking lose it. Drought monitor across the whole country. Why are we seeing a spike now? Because because we're seeing a rollover into contract purchases for future months. It used to be the futures we were seeing for purchases for May. Now we're seeing purchases for June. So all of the futures market manipulation, all the shorts that we saw, they were a byproduct of the fact that people were making relatively short-term contract purchases. But now we're looking at ones 1 month down the line. It's almost like God is specifically targeting red states. Fair point. Fair point. Here you can see El Nino getting much worse in recent... Dude, I don't know what the fuck the Nino index is, okay? I see a line going up. Is that bad? SST anomaly. Yeah, that's probably bad, right? Yeah, it's bad. Okay, wait. Okay. Whew. It's our job now to watch this forever. So I'm going to leave the page right here. You all look at it and don't let it go up. Okay? Don't